Okay, welcome back. In the last video we looked at this 11 lines, right? And we worked out that the middle note, the middle line here, if we put a note on the line, then that note there is middle C. And if we get rid of this line here and this line here, and we stretch these sets of 5 lines apart, then we have middle C in the middle, and then if we just stretch him up to there, same note there. It's not two separate notes. These two notes are the same note called middle C, right? We did all that in the last lesson. So what I'd like to do now is just have a think about how the other notes carry on, because we've got middle C here, we've got middle C here, right? For this set of 5 lines, because they're let's go with the top set. I'm going to change the color just to keep it interesting. This is C, right? If we carried, I just want to erase this really quickly, and I'm just going to actually do it over here. That might make a little bit more sense. Okay, here's middle C, right? Same note, middle C, middle C. Now, C, like the alphabet, in the same way that the piano keyboard started on, well, not started on, we could start any place, but if we have our reference point of C, having our 2 black notes, 1 down, there's C. The next note in the alphabet, D, okay, so this is on a line, right? This space, if we just extend that out a bit, we've got line, space, okay, so there's a space in between. We learned that in the last video, that a note can be on a space or on a line, okay? So if I just undo that, and if I go line, and then space, line, space, and I just keep going line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space, all the way up. Just let's be very accurate in how we draw this. Let's stop on there. Let's stop there, right? Let's change colors. We've got middle C here, so let me do middle C in this color here, and we've got D. Let's do middle C, right? C, there's C. Let's change colors again. So this D, how we learned on the keyboard, just following logically, going 1 note up on the keyboard from our starting point here, which one of these, following logically, do you think would be D? Which one? Just stop, pause the video, have a think about it, and when you're ready, unpause it, and we'll work this out together. All right, so 1 note up, line, space. If you thought this one here was D, that's absolutely right. Well done. If not, that's fine. That's what we're doing these videos for. Next note. This, well, let's change colors maybe to this one. I think I'm going to run out of colors soon. Yeah, maybe that's not the best color, but that's all right. C, D, E, E. Okay, I think I'll just keep the same color for now. I'm sure you get the idea. F, F. Okay, they're lining up here. So this note here is F, right? G. So this note here is G. It's at this stage it should be very logical. No kind of craziness happening, right? After G, we learned that in the first video, that after G starts back A. Starts back in A. Right? If you can't remember that, or you're confused about what I just said, I encourage you to go back to the first video where we talked about how the notes represent, how the English alphabet represents the notes, and why it only goes up to G and then starts again. Okay, now C, D, E, F, G, A, this note, okay, this note's going to be, well, logically, it's going to be B. And this note right here is B. Okay, now this note, let's just keep going. C, D, right? I'm trying to line these up here. This note here is going to be E, and this note here is going to be F. Yeah, that's, look, I've made a mistake here. After B does in fact not come D. After B comes C. I'm sorry if I confused you there. D, E, A, B, C, D, E. There we go. And F is what we got up to. Good. Easy. I hope that makes sense. C, D, E, F, G, all the way up to F. Going line, space, line, space, line, space, line, space. All the way up. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Now, let's just quickly go the other way. The other way. And I haven't set this up entirely very well, so I don't want to waste your time. I'm just gonna, I think we'll stop this video here, and I hope that you can just understand that we start on C, D, E, all the way up to G, and then we start again to A, all the way up. Okay, so this, what we've looked at here, it is the top set of 5 lines. This set of 5 lines, or any set of 5 lines, is called a staff. It's also called a stave. And these two words are used interchangeably. I've noticed there has been some confusion as to if it's called a staff or a stave. I think the reason that there's confusion is probably an English language problem, in the fact that we have things like roof and then roofs, and hoof for a horse, and then hooves. So we have this F to V kind of problem. And I think 2 staves, they were always called staves, and then that's because staffs, I've heard staffs as well. I think the important thing to remember here is that they are interchangeable, right? This is a staff, or this is also a stave, right? This is a staff, set of 5 lines, also a stave. Both set of lines, this one here, is called the grand staff, or the grand stave. Okay, and in future videos, when we talk about what these things mean, this is also the grand staff, just with that middle line there, just not there, because we know that that's just put there and there, stretched out, same note, middle C. That's the 11th line. Okay, so this is also called the grand staff or stave. Okay, we'll leave it there. In the next video, we'll look at what the lower staff or stave, how those notes relate to the keyboard, and we'll learn a bit more. Okay, so thank you for listening.